Welcome to this module with Chris Newton, founder of Marketing Help Online. Here's Chris.
Hello, this is one of the most amazing and indeed enjoyable interviews that I've ever done. And it's one of the most asked for interviews from our interview series. In the next 7 minutes or so, you'll hear the homespun wisdom of Tom O'Toole, owner of the Beechworth Bakery in Beechworth in Northern Victoria. Beechworth is, as they say about small towns, on the road to nowhere. And before Tom's business became a phenomenon, the town was slowly dying. When Tom bought the bakery business some 20 or so years ago, like any typical country town bakery, it had a staff of 2 and was turning over around $100,000 a year. Now, that business employs a team of 160 people and turns over in excess of $10 million. Pretty amazing for a country town baker who left school at 14. These days, Tom gets paid big speaker fees to tell his story. In a few moments, you'll understand why.
I tell everyone we're Australia's greatest bakery, but not Australia's greatest bakers. We have a lot of bakers come to our place and they say, gee, our product's better than yours, and I would agree. Their products probably are better than ours. It's our people, it's our service that make the difference. My people are empowered to, if they wouldn't buy it, they're not to sell it. Sometimes I suffer self-doubt and I wonder because I really believe the best is yet to come. I believe if I can be more uplifting, more motivated and be positive, I believe our business can grow immensely yet. Immensely. I don't know how. We may get a couple guys out the front with big forky sticks to push the people in because physically they find it very difficult to get in when we're turning over that sort of money. But I would like to motivate my staff more, People say you must pay big heaps wages, but we don't. We just pay award wages. Oh, well, I don't even know what the wages they pay, but I know that no one's getting dramatic wages. What we do, we try and employ people with enthusiasm. I find without that collective spark of enthusiasm, I got nothing. I need that enthusiasm for living. And that's what these people have got. They've got to be enthusiastic about selling that product. They've got to believe in it, that it's good value, that it's a good, fresh product. I try to have everyone empowered to make a decision, Look, nothing I say is original. Our business is far from perfect, far, far from perfect. And I'm far from perfect. People think, oh, gee, Tom's got all the answers. They keep ringing me up and, gee, I wouldn't have a clue half the time. Look, I would... Don't tell me what I'm doing wrong, tell me what I'm doing right. I come in, my staff will have burned a whole rack of pies, and I'll want to rip their head off, They feel bad enough without me wanting to rip their bloody head off, yet I want to. They can see they're burnt, they don't need me telling them they're burnt. Look, our business is pretty unique, it is, and like I said, I believe the best is yet to come.
How do you get across this uniqueness? Is it all word of mouth?
I've got to get people to drive to Beechworth. So I promote an image. Look, I use customer comments cards. Now, people told me they wouldn't work. Bakers come to me and they tell me, we use these customer comment cards. And they said, they don't work. They don't work for us. And why they work for me is because I answer everyone personally. If I'm around, I'm mostly around, or they'll save them up for me. I go through every comment. All my staff get to see the comments. In the early days when we put them in, we were under the perception that we were doing pretty well. We were turning over $1.5 million, and we were under the perception that we had a pretty good business. And we did have a good business. We were taught we were doing everything pretty good. Put these customer comment boxes into the shop, and the customers started, and that was pretty scary. I said to my wife, read them to me slowly. I can read, but I wasn't going to read them. And they were saying, we want this, we don't like that. And, here I was under the perception that we were doing it pretty good. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, they wanted this and wanted that. And so we started to do what the customer wanted. We started to look at it. I always thought I looked at it their way, always. And our business has just grown immensely since we started to work on them comments. But we act on every one. We just get a lot of comments now, terrific bakery and all this, and I write back to them and it costs me a fortune. But we do regional TV, but again, we just push image. We never do discounts. Only 1 week a year when we give a buy one, get one free or something like that, and that's for Beechworth Bakery Week or our birthday. We don't do any discounts, so we don't advertise product at all when we do regional radio and TV.
So what do you advertise?
Just
Experience.
Image, worth the drive just for the taste. And a jingle, and beautiful Beechworth, and that we're Australia's greatest bakery, and you tell them often enough and they seem to believe it. And our product is good, but the crowd generates another crowd, you know what I mean? We can get up to 5 or 10 deep, and we can get up to 24 girls serving at a time. We never take under 10,000 on a Sunday. On a Sunday, we put a band on the balcony on our veranda, and you know, I was telling you I was turning over $1.5 million, and I didn't think I could grow any more. Couldn't grow any more. And it was only my mind that was limiting me. And somebody said, go upstairs. So we went upstairs, and, you know, these customer comments have told us. They told me they wanted toilets, so I put in 2 toilets. Then they wanted more, and I said, bull. And look, and they kept coming up on our comments at our staff meetings. They said, look, our customers, they're queuing up to go to the toilets. And I said, I don't want bloody more toilets. I said, the ladies have got 2. We put another one, and we give the men's one, and they wanted more toilets. And I said, bloody hell, the toilet paper them ladies use alone, it's going, you know. But anyway, after 2 years of fighting it, you know, I haven't got it always right, you know, my perception, bloody hell, no money in toilets, but we put lots more toilets in, and we get comments all the day, wonderful toilets, wonderful toilets. You know, that's what the customer wanted. And, you know, people told me that you couldn't get upstairs to work. You stick the bloody toilets up there and they'll work, you know. They all go up there to the toilet.
So what else have you got upstairs?
Oh, we have a serving area, and we probably seat 80 or 100 people. That's inside, and that's out on the balcony too. So we seat a lot of people, and we serve up there for about 2 or 3 hours over lunch.
Tom, what's your advice to other business owners?
Oh, gee, well, if you've got a problem in your business, the best thing to do is get a mirror and hold in front of yourself, because, you know, you're normally the biggest problem, the business owner. But that's pretty rough, isn't it? But I'll tell you what, it's mainly true. But all right, put yourself in the customer's shoes. Look, it is so simple. I believe business is so simple, most people miss it. They get tied up with their figures and their percentages and all the rest of it, and they're not looking at what does the customer want. You know, I say to my manager, you stand out in that crowd when they're 3 or 4 deep at the counter. I want you to go out, stand in the middle of them. They won't know who you are. Get the feel. And look, I said, they're wanting quicker service. They're wanting to be recognised. They're wanting to be acknowledged that they're there. You stand out there in that crowd and get a feel. You know, who wants the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is a little bit extra. And that's all you got to do. That's all I say to my staff. Just improve 1%. That's all I'm asking, 1%. Now, they're asking me, Tom, you improve 1% on your smiling and on your, you know, I've got to improve too. But who wants to be known as Mick Ordinary? Who wants to be known as Mr. Average? You know, just do that little bit extra of saying hello, thank you, or not big heaps, not big heaps. It's at 1%.